G'day, fellas, and welcome to the 4th game of the Outback Octagon. This game is from the very first week of the Outback Octagon, where we have got 32 of the world's best players playing up against each other, spawning in on the south side of the map, trying to find his way into a corner, playing as the French. We've got Striker. He drops down a town center on a hunt, moves in towards a wolf, and things are looking good for him so far. The map, of course, is mega random, where there are millions of resources in the center of this map. There's berries, there's gold mines that are tucked away inside the forests. We have got ourselves a very interesting spawn here, but that is not the most interesting thing that we've got. No, that is not, because we have got Don Artie, who spawns in the north of the map, playing as the deli in the color orange. And he, unfortunately, has some neighbors very close by. Oh my gosh, we have got ourselves a little bit of action that is going to be happening this game, because in the north, also playing as the French, we've got GiveUAnxiety, and ain't he looking good in that color yellow. He's going to be making his way up towards this northern position. He's definitely found his nice little corner. He's going to be happy with it until he realizes that Vortex has also found that corner. Spawning in over on the west corner, we have got Corp, who is playing as the English. Over on the southeast side of the map, we have got Wham01, who spawns in as the Rus. Matthias spawns over on the east side, playing as China. That is correct. We have got a China player in this game. In fact, hold on a minute. If I remember correctly, we have got a second China player. We have got Recon, who spawns in over on the west as well, who is going to be playing as China. And he's got plenty of fish that he's going to be able to choose from. Of course, our final player that we will introduce today is going to be Vortex, who spawns in up next to GiveUAnxiety. So, I'm taking bets right now. I'm taking bets. Who do you guys think is going to get knocked out first? And unfortunately, why is it GUA? He spawned between two deli players. We've got Don Artie on the deli. We have got Vortex on the deli. And that first scout is going to be out. And it is going to be looking. But the question is whether it finds anything. You can see that... Oh, it's so close. It's so close. It's so damn close. That scout comes in and immediately Vortex heads north. He's like, hold on a minute. Why do you have a scout up there? Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a town center up there. Oh my god, there's another scout. Oh god, what are we doing? And now Don Artie up in the north spot is going to spot that out as well. He's like, oh my gosh, we have got problems. And an outpost is going to be coming down. GUA is doing what he loves to do best right now. We've got a tower rush coming in. I say tower rush, but I feel like it's a little bit of like a tower walk. Like, he wasn't really rushing to get over here because there's not much of a need for that. It's very easy for him to just do this. And now he's going to be able to take down these berries for himself. Interestingly, he's also got a double gold spawn up towards this position, so we could even look to see Don Artie come up and deny this away from GUA and force him out of that. Now, Don's going to have access to gold over here as well. He's also got gold towards the center. There's lots of resources that gravitate towards that central location. But there is going to be a lot of action up here. I suspect we're probably going to have action down towards the south and over towards the west. Interestingly, the only player who hasn't spawned near anybody is Matthias, and he is on the French here, playing in the green. So if I'm going to give anybody a prediction this game, it is going to be that I predict Matthias to be the victor, because not only does he have a very nice spawn where he's very safe, he's protected, he's got all the resources that he needs underneath the town center, he's got double gold mine and the stone, but he's playing as the Chinese, which are widely considered to be the best civilization for free-for-all. Well, it looks like Vortex has found a little way through the forest. You can see that he's actually got an interesting pair here. He's got a boar together with some berries, and he's found a little pathway through. So he's going to be very happy with that he's managed to be able to do that. The only problem is gold. Where does he get his gold from? Because this is pretty much the only gold he's got. Now, to be fair, he might be able to move a villager down over towards this gold mine on the south side. That's going to be an option for him. And the scout continues looking out over on the map as well for more resources. But the outpost, at least initially, hasn't been able to achieve too much for GiveUAnxiety, other than just secure these initial berry patches. We'll tune in with GUA and see exactly how he's doing. as he continues to be under attack. Now we actually do see Don coming in and looking to secure up these golds. So now we've got a problem for both of these two players in the corner. So it could be Don Artie that looks to try and solidify his position, and now those villagers going to be coming out, daggers in hand, looking to try and dish out the pain. Don going to be able to pull that one villager back. Second villager going to be under attack. He's going to be able to get out that outpost. Everybody jumps inside. Nobody dies. And unfortunately for GiveUA, he is going to be in a very difficult position in this early game. And this is part of the reason why we make sure that in these early stages of the tournament, that players have got multiple weeks. So it means that even if GiveUA does get knocked out early on in this game, that maybe next week he can come back and he can win it and put himself in a great spot. But he is already in a bit of a tough spot because not only has he lost his first gold, he's lost his second gold. And he's got an enemy right to his west as well. His next available gold is going to be all the way down here, and Vortex is already on the case, which means that both of the Delhi players are going to be up to the feudal age with GiveUA stuck up in the corner. So I've got my suspicions that somebody ordered a GiveUA sandwich and they didn't ask for bread from the wheat factory. They asked for bread from the deli. That was terrible. But what did I say? The wheat factory is that? It's also known as the bakery. So they didn't ask for bread from the bakery. They asked for bread from the deli. But we'll check in with our players and see how everybody is doing. We'll start with Corp over on this west side. He's playing as the English, a civilization that he is very fond of. He's going to be really happy with this role. It's a super good civ for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Abbey of Kings come out because he does love to play this style of the English. Great little spawn he's got here. He's going to be super happy with this. Next player that we've got is going to be Wham over on that. Actually, you know what? We'll go around the clock. Next player, it's going to be Recon. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Recon, playing the Chinese, is going to be able to age up now. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see a Barbican come down. Let's see exactly what he looks to do. It's going to be happening, ladies and gentlemen. It is our first Barbican of the game. Get it out and proud. But he's doing it against English. This is not advisable. This is a bad move. This is what is known as a bad move against the English. Ladies, if you're watching this at home, kids, do not do what Recon is doing. Hopefully, Corp puts the 1 and 2 together. All Corp needs to do right now is pull 5 villagers, and you can kill these. Yo, Corp, wake up. Did Corp not see? Did Corp not realize? Let's ride on board with Corp. Villagers now going to be moving forward. He doesn't need to drop an outpost. He just needs to get his bows out. And now focusing down those villagers, he needs to bring more than this. The Barbican's going to get up, and it looks like Recon actually pulls off a sweaty gamer move, and he's able to get the Barbican up, which is kind of wild, to be honest, because Corp doesn't have much room to move here. I'm genuinely surprised that he let that go up. He could have just pulled villagers and absolutely taken out all of those, forced that Barbican away, or at least killed a lot of those villagers. I don't know why he didn't pull the vills. Very curious decision. But now we can see he's looking to try and evacuate some vills up towards that north. Behind this, he's also going to be dropping down a lumber camp. And we can see that the early walls are beginning to build here. And also up towards the north, Recon has walled in. So Recon looking pretty decent at this point. The fact that he's able to get that up, and look at these walls coming in. Very curious walls for him at this point. But yeah, I guess I'm a bit surprised that that Corp didn't bring the rest of his units, because he very easily could have. Now going to be dropping down another outpost, trying to move forward, trying to push forward with this. And it's going to be difficult for him because the Barbican range here is going to be able to protect the villagers in this position. And this is going to be very difficult here for Recon, or rather for Corp. And Recon going to be looking to secure up over on this western flank. Now we're going to go tune in on that northern aspect and see how things are going up there, because it looks like the villagers have been pulled. GiveUAnxiety appreciates that this is a matter that needs to be dealt with swiftly and quickly. And now looks to take down the outpost that Don Artie put down. He says, that is my gold. I'm going to be taking it, but the cost of that is going to be great. He's losing multiple villagers, 2-3 villagers going down, and now a whole bunch of villagers for Don. I'm going to have to evacuate this position. Don is going up to that feudal age. In fact, already there. Dome of the Faith is out. He's got 4 scholars in queue as well. So things are starting off on a bit of an interesting foot. Don once again going to be looking to drop down an outpost. We see double outposts coming down for GiveUAnxiety in response, but GiveUA going to be really happy with this because he's going to be able to take this back gold, and that's what he needs to get up to the next stage. But now we actually see both of these players have reached the feudal age. It is indeed a GiveUA sandwich right now, and this is the consequence of going for that really tight corner position, is that you may get sandwiched in, and that's exactly what happens. Outpost rush continuing down towards this western position. We also see villagers going down. He's lost 2 down on this spot. More outposts coming up. Outposts going to be getting cancelled here. Looks like we've had multiple outposts cancelled. But slowly and steadily, we actually did see a repositioning on the Council Hall as it does come up for Corp now. He's looking good, though. He's managed to do a pretty decent job of getting himself out here. I think the fact that he let the Barbican go up in the first place was probably a big mistake, especially because he did have that foreknowledge for it. Wall's coming up now for Recon as well. He's looking to wall in. You ain't stuck in here with me, mate. I'm stuck in here with you. At least that's what the English player thinks. But back up towards this northern position, we can see that the outpost is continuing to fire off towards this. And we'll go tune in with our players down on the south side, because I suspect we may have a little bit of an aggression coming out. And indeed we do. We have got some aggression coming out. Our Rus player is looking to go absolutely ham. Double barracks, triple archery range already for Wham. Wham is in absolute top gear right now. He is cranking out units non-stop. You can see that scout just chilling out for the moment. He's up to 40 population. We'll ride on board with Striker and see how he's doing, because he's on 37 population, yet he doesn't really seem to be that interested in exactly what is getting thrown down here by his opponent. We see a second town center actually going to be going down for Striker, and this could be tough because those units have now moved in on the gold vein and are looking to try and take that out. We'll move back up towards the north and see how it's going, because Don Artie is now walling out GUA from the gold. We'll take a look from GUA's perspective and see how he's doing. He is still stuck in the Dark Age. He is the only player that is here, and the consequence of being all the way up in this corner is that he's going to be the only one that's there. We've now got the emplacements coming through on these outposts as well, and with that, GUA is looking worse for wear every single second that keeps going on. And remember, in the Dark Age, he can't actually do anything with regard to a market. There's no concept of trading because he's unable to make that market. It's not available until he's in the feudal age. So we're 12 minutes into this game, and GUA is still sitting on 170 gold. He needs that 200 to age up. It is a very long Dark Age for GiveUAnxiety. Units starting to build up for Vortex as well. The two Delhi players will undoubtedly look to fight over the remaining town center up towards the north that is going to be unguarded. He's got no access to knights, no access to horsemen, no access to archers of his own, no access to rams, not even to arrow slits at this point. And now that they are aware of each other's existence. We'll take a look over towards this western position. Looks like Corp has been able to hold off this push for now, at least. You can see that he's got units that are trying to come out and move up towards his position. Still no blacksmith that's really come out because he's unable to get that gold. That's going to be really key. Actually, he's got a gold under the town center. I take it all back. But villagers continuing to go down. He's going to be losing plenty of them. He's not going to be able to sneak them around this corner either. They will get focused down by that outpost. But now we can see that GUA's found gold. GUA has struck gold. Take a look at this. We've got GUA down towards the south. The gold has been found. Ladies and gentlemen, good news if you're a fan of GUA, as he's now going to be able to click up more outposts coming in for him. He's managed to scrounge together some gold. He does it. He strikes gold like a town in western New South Wales. He has struck gold, and he is a happy camper, and he's going to be heading back all the way towards... Danger. Danger. You are in danger. I'm in danger. Yes, you are, villager. As you continue running and now heading towards a little bit more of an interesting hello. Hello. Okay. No, don't mind me. GUA with a rogue villager right there. I'm not sure what his plan was or where he was going, but unfortunately, it wasn't a plan that was particularly sound. Poor GUA. He's not having a good game. We'll put it that way. We will put it that way. And now the ram push begins, and GUA is still stuck in the Dark Age. Oh, GUA. This ain't looking good for you, buddy, is it? The villager's going to be jumping up into these outposts. Double rams coming through. Vortex is looking to clean up GUA, and if he's not careful, Don might come in for a potential strike as well. Don going for a double town center play. Very rare occasion for Don to make more than one town center. Villagers working their way through the first ram, managing to get it down to about 315 health. We hear that first sacred site being taken. It's Don Artie that's taken it as well. A curious position for Don. Second battering ram going down. Villager's got to be careful. And now it looks like GUA, he doesn't actually have the resources to get up to the next stage. He needs a little bit more food. Drops down another outpost. He is looking to play tower defense right now. GUA's tower defense. That is what is happening. That is the way that he's looking to play it, and we can see that he's going to be holding on for this position. At the same time, over on the western flank, we can see that outposts are slowly but steadily being sieged down, and if Corp loses this outpost, it's going to be a stronghold for him that is going to be difficult for him to continue building up. Down towards the south, we hear those attacks still going down. We've got a second town center that's going to get taken out. Unfortunately, Wham looking to push in on Striker. A lot of action early. Meanwhile, you've got one town center, you got two town centers, you got three town centers, you got Song Dynasty, you've got Matiz booming away right now like an economy in 2007. Things are looking good for Matiz, but a lot of villagers are remaining over on this position. I feel like right now, GiveUAnxiety needs a hero. He needs a savior. He needs somebody that can help him out. But unfortunately, Don has got bigger fish to fry right now, because all Don is interested in doing is taking those sacred sites. We'll take a look and see how many sacred sites there are on this map. There's only 2 sacred sites on this map. So the first one has been captured up by Don Artie. It's in the middle. Second sacred site, I'm not quite sure exactly where it is. It is not there. Enemy is attacking landmark. That is right, GUA. Your enemy is attacking a landmark. Villagers going to be trying their best. And now we see Vortex going Castle Age. Vortex is putting all this damage out, and at the same time going Castle Age. He's really putting on a show for us. He's bragging at this point. He's like, hey GUA, how you doing in your Castle in your Dark Age over there? GUA really fighting for dear life, the poor guy. Don also going for Castle Age. He is stuck between a deli sandwich, and things are not looking good for him right now. We see that behind this, it looks like a battering ram has come out for Corp. So he's going to be able to finally clean up this position. Vortex reaches it. Enemy destroys landmark. We see the teal landmark going down. And Corp looking to try and come through and actually, or rather, Wham looking to come through and take out Striker in this early game. That's the second landmark coming out at the same time towards the north. Battering ram's going to fall back for now. Over on the western flank, we can see that there's battering rams out absolutely everywhere. This could be, is this the second landmark? Striker is still in Age 2. There's no Age 3 landmark for Striker right now. This could be a good game right here, and we can see the villagers have got insufficient amounts of wood. Striker with -1 wood, not enough villagers, or not enough resources, and Striker's going to be tapped out right now. Wham on 1, going to be claiming the first points this game, knocking out Striker, his immediate neighbor, before GiveUAnxiety. Can you believe it? GiveUAnxiety in the Dark Age manages to score at least 7th place. He is holding on for dear life right now. He is trying his best, but unfortunately for Striker, a little bit too greedy, and he gets punished. That second town center, as well as that third town center, it was just too little too late. What are these? Are these villagers working beyond the grave? Oh, these guys, they're chopping. These guys are going to be long distance shopping for quite some time, I suspect. All right, well, up towards the north, GiveUAnxiety still holding on in the Dark Age. Are we going to see a player in Imperial and GUA still in the Dark Age? Keep in mind, GUA, if we take a look at his perspective, he doesn't have any food. He's got 28 food now. He's not even making villagers, and he's losing villagers. This is the problem. Villagers got to come through, take out that battering ram. Look at the damage that comes in there. He's down to 9 villagers at this point. Actually, he's got a fair few back saved here, but he's not even working on these farms, which means that he's got no food income. He can't even age up. And Don Artie, oh, Don Artie just being very cheeky. We've literally got GiveUAnxiety in the top of the map, getting absolutely sandwiched by these 2 deli players. You know, just to give you guys a bit of history, Don Artie as well as GiveUAnxiety are both Age of Empires 3 players, or at least that's their background. And every single time they ever met, GiveUAnxiety completely stomped Don Artie. And you just know that Don Artie is going to be so happy to finally get one back over GUA. But you know he couldn't do it without any help. You know that he needed a bit of help from Vortex here. But it is definitely certain that at this point, GiveUAnxiety is definitely the one that is getting the anxiety and not the one that is giving it. Things aren't looking pretty, but that battering ram going to be going down, and we hear a trebuchet coming out. We got ourselves a little bit of a double team up here towards the north. These 2 deli players in the Castle Age are getting up on GUA, who's still in the Dark Age. Poor GUA. Oh, poor GUA, dude. He's in... I can't believe it. There's a trebuchet out, and GUA's in the Dark Age, dude. Oh, Don Artie, don't do a GUA like this. Now, it's going to be about timing the last hit. The question is, who's going to get the last hit right here? Who gets the kill? Because it could be GUA, or rather, it could be Don that comes in with the timing. He's going to be reloading both of the trebs. First shot, second shot. Let's see who gets it. It looks like it's going to be Don Artie gets the shot. It comes in, it lands. Don steals away. Despite Vortex doing all the damage, all the hard work, it gets sniped out by the trebuchet from a distance, and Don says thank you very much, and thanks for all the fish. Don Artie claiming 2 points right there away from Vortex. And this is what I often talk about, is you will see the players develop shortly when Vortex becomes aware that, hold on a minute, there is a trebuchet out over here. Vortex needs to turn his attention towards that. He needs to force this back. Think about it like this right here. GiveUA, he is your gazelle. And these two guys, the Delhi players, these are your lions. And they need to be making sure that no one else is snatching away that gazelle from your jaws. Because right there, GiveUA was stuck in the jaws of Vortex, and Don Artie comes up and says, yoink, and takes it from him. Now we see the farm transition coming in for Don. He's going to be dropping down a keep as well, looking to be a bit more defensive against his opponent. We'll check in with where the other guys are at, because we have got the late game beginning to build, and we've got Recon, who's now reached the 3rd age as well. Apparently, I'm receiving... apparently, we're receiving clarification now from the admin that it was actually Vortex that got it. Apparently, I'll have to seek clarification with the admin. I'm sure Lord Petito is here, and he will be studying that to see exactly who got that last hit. But we will pay attention to that. I'll be looking out for Lord Petito and see if he's in the chat, because he is our tournament admin. But it looked very close to being Don Artie sniping it away. But now we can see that there's more problems beginning to arise here. Lord Petito says Discord. All right, give me a second, guys. We're just gonna watch this. I'm just gonna quickly check Discord. Give me a second. Lord Petito says he thinks it was Vortex. All right, we'll, you know what? We're gonna have to go back. We'll have to check the logs for that one. That is definitely gonna be one. We're gonna need a photo finish for that. If you've ever watched a horse race, you'll know that when the two horses get too close to the finish line, they need to go to a photo finish. So we're gonna have to do a photo finish on that one to determine who got that first kill on GiveUAnxiety, who got that final shot, that last hit on GiveUAnxiety. But now we'll take a look over on board with Recon and see how he's doing, because things are starting to look up in the world for China. He's able to take down his nemesis, the English, over here on the west side of the map. The first town center will be going down. The council hall is up towards this position as the second trebuchet comes out, and there's almost no way that Corp is able to push into this. So Recon's going to be able to secure up this position for him, and now start the stone walls. And you can see Don's going to be able to find this, and he says, hey, what are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? What's going on over here? Keep coming up as well for our Chinese player. And we can see that Recon is looking very good, very healthy right here. We'll continue watching because he's up to 107 villagers. We'll check in over on the other side of the map as we have got ourselves some stone walls that are going up right now. Matt is looking to stone wall up this entire west side. Now, keep in mind, there's already walls that are beginning to go up as well for his opponent, Wham. There could be, I suspect there might be a little bit of an agreement between these two guys, a non-aggression pact, if you will. But the walls are coming up. And typically, if you see walls that are stone, that you would expect that there is probably going to be aggression. But back over towards that west side, it looks almost certain that Corp is not too long for this world as Recon continues to push through. And we've got ourselves a little bit of a Delhi stalemate towards the north. These two not particularly interested in harming each other. Plenty of blacksmiths coming down now as well for Don. He's going to be going for the quadruple blacksmith strategy. An interesting strategy. We'll have to see how it plays out for him. But now a second town center going to be getting thrown down here as well for Vortex as the late game becomes a reality for these guys. Towards the west, we do hear that town center firing off towards the Lancers. The Nesta B is just going to be completely destroying anything here. And Corp is definitely in a bad spot here. It looks almost certainly like that town center is going to be going down with the next shot. The trebuchet, he's got one more boulder in him. Nesta B is going to fire off towards it as well, looking to try and finish it off. Villager's going to be able to jump back on it, but I suspect there's insufficient amounts of wood, and the landmark gets destroyed. With that, the second landmark is going to be able to get focused down. And we see that Wham is expanding out his walls as well. Keep in mind, he is playing the Rus, which means he's only going to have access to those fortified palisade walls. There's no stone walls available for him. We've seen earlier today in the series, or in the game that happened, that there was one player who was playing the Rus who got knocked out because he was, unfortunately, as the Rus, unable to make stone walls. And take a look at that one. Let's ride on board with Wham and have a look exactly what he has got right here, because that is 351 gold a minute on that high trade house. That is a beautiful income a minute that he is getting right there. 3.5 relics worth of gold for the rest of this game. He is going to be a happy camper with that one. And Imperial Ages are now beginning to come through. GiveUAnxiety was knocked out in the Dark Age. Striker knocked out in the Feudal Age. No one yet to be knocked out in the Castle Age, but Wham says, I'm just going to cut out the middleman and go straight to that Imperial Age. He's also got access to the trade post in the middle of his base as well. So that's always going to be an option for him. But now up towards the north, Corp going to be getting tapped out here as that final landmark is getting cleaned up. And indeed, good night, Sweet Prince, as Corp is our third victim today. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Well, 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 what do we have here? It looks like I may have misspoken. There were villagers that moved early. Villagers that moved very, very early. And they moved up to this position in the north. They were able to put down this king's palace. And he stays alive. He stays alive like the Bee Gees. He manages to keep himself in the game. Corp doing a great job. Also looking to embrace his inner salami here as we see him beginning to mine through or chop through all the forest that are here. Don't be surprised if these nest of bees begin to move through. He's trying his best to survive. Corp knows when it comes to these free-for-alls, it's all about placement. And we now see Wham going to be going up towards that Imperial Age. As it looks like it's not going to be the Spasskaya Tower. No, it is going to be the High Armory that gets dropped down for him. We'll take a look exactly what he's up to. Actually, let's tune in with Mattiz. I want to see where Mattiz is at right now. He's on 186 population, of which 153 are villagers. He's got a lot of resources in the bank right now. Things are going very well for him. He is role-playing PvE. He's basically just pretending. If we take a look from his perspective, he's pretending like there's no such thing as enemies in this game. And so he's just going to be, he's just going to be chilling out, having a great time, minding his own business, slowly stacking up those resources. Now, when it comes to trade, he's got access to this trading post in the center, so he's going to be able to afford an effective trade route. He's still got plenty of stone out here as well to mine, so in the event he does want to go for that wonder, it's going to be a possibility, and he's got plenty of room back here as well. Take a look at that. He's got a beautiful big forest back here that he's going to be able to chop through. And the question's not going to be a matter of if. I suspect it's going to be a matter of when he decides to go for it. University now coming up for him. We'll be seeing some of these upgrades, ancient techniques, court architects, a lot of great upgrades in there. But we do see a double palisade wall now coming through for Corp. He is really looking to protect this. I like it, Corp. This will definitely do well against the trebuchets that your enemy has got. You'll be absolutely fine. But now those nest of bees moving through. We can see some walls coming up on this backside. But I got good news and I got bad news, Corp. The walls are going to hold for now, but the problem is, let's just say, the problem is twofold. Because, well, let's just put it this way. You're getting dug out on one side. In fact, we could imagine if we see the trebuchets are going to come down from this position. He's got to be careful not to chop too far because he might chop through and then the villagers can get out and just run around and just cause havoc. But now it looks like those villagers are going to try and repair up on this palisade wall. It does go down. Trebuchet's going to be moving around and looking to take out some of these villagers in here. Corp is managing to survive, but unfortunately, it's not going to be with these villagers as they do slowly but steadily lose their life and look to try and chop down one final tree as one act of bad faith. Looks like a monk is going to be going down to the keep of Don Artie, one of our Delhi player. In fact, these are the first Delhi players in the tournament that we've got right here. We've got Vortex on the Delhi. We've also got Don on the Delhi. So two Delhi players in the same game here. So quite the rarity. Quite the rarity. When it comes to points, though, Corp is sitting on 1,100 points. Compare that to Mattiz, who is on over 9,000 points. He's on a huge lead of points right now, and he's beginning to break away. The next closest to him, it is going to be 7,500 from Recon, who is our other Chinese player, who's obviously had to deal with early armor or early army, but he's managed to clean up the majority of the threat over here. Obviously, the threat does still exist, and now those lancers are going to be breaking out from those stone walls and moving out onto the map. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Recon spots it. Recon spots it. And with that, you would almost be tempted to say, well, good luck, Corp. We'll take a look and see from his... yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's going to go that well for him. Nesta B's continuing to fire off on the lumber camps. They're going to be able to clean that up. There's obviously some walls that are still back here, but all of the buildings have been cleaned up. There are only a handful of buildings that remain now for Corp. He's got a lumber camp, the second, a mill, a house, and a king's palace. And he now comes out of the forest and says, oh, that's a bombard. Oh, that's two bombards. It was a nice effort. It was a nice effort, but unfortunately for Corp, I suspect that this will be... look, I've said it before. I'm not going to say it again. Corp gets knocked out. He takes today's 6th place. And now there is only 5 that remain. We've got Don Artie, who spawned in over on that northern position. Next to him is Vortex. Over to the west, we've got 1 Chinese player on Recon. The east, it is another Chinese player. That is Matiz. And then to the south, we have got Wham01 as the Rus. These are the 5 remaining players. The middle of the map is somewhat divided. An interesting sort of layout, because we've got this giant river that runs throughout this map, running downstream, going east, over towards west. And then, of course, you've got huge forests that make up the majority of the center, which make it very easy for people to stonewall off. And that's exactly what we've got. And now Recon looks to go towards that Ming dynasty. We begin to see him dropping down the Great Wall, or the Great Gatehouse. I'm not sure exactly, what is it called? The Great Wall Gatehouse, I think it's pronounced. There it is. It is indeed the Great Wall Gatehouse that is coming up in an interesting position for him to place it here. Normally, you do see players looking to hide it. I wouldn't have been surprised if he had put it back over here. It's normally a really good landmark to put at the back, just because you do need those siege units to actually kill it. You can't kill it with normal units because it is part of the wall. But we do see it does come up now. 5,000 health. It's going to go straight up to 10,000 health, for anybody wondering. That is because he's got all of the extra upgrades for it. We'll take a look at how the northern position is going. We've got a little bit of a chop through that may potentially happen. In fact, Don Artie almost intentionally chops through over here. Not 100% sure exactly how that happened. We'll ride on board with them and see exactly how it's going. Don Artie is now in the Imperial Age. Plenty of resources being stacked up by him. 141 villagers here. He's a very happy camper. A lot of elephants. He's got his scholars out as well. Tower war elephants, or tower elephants, have got those crossbows finally in. Some trebuchets here as well. So things just chilling out for him. He's got himself a pretty nice wall along the middle here as well. So everything is calm for these players in the north at this point in time. By the same token, our Chinese player is looking to expand out his own walls over on the west side. He continues expanding them towards the middle. But this is the consequence of these mega random maps, is you can't control the way that they will spawn, and as a result, you get these weird and wacky spawns where you've got players that have got absolute giant swaths of land. And that's exactly what we've got here with Matiz in his own little corner, having plenty of space with his stone walls up happily. And now for me, it just becomes a question of when do we see a wonder coming out? Because how do you really stop the wonder from coming out? Let's say Matiz goes for a wonder. Let's say he pops it down right here. Look how far, look how long it's going to take his opponent Recon over on this western side to walk all the way over towards Matiz. And then if his army dies, he's going to have to rebuild it, and he's going to have to re-walk it. So it becomes imperative that he gets down those early, how do you say, forward bases is going to be best. But we'll take a look back towards that north, because we do have chop-throughs that are coming through. The villagers have made their way through and now spot that out. We're going to see an outpost come down from Don. I suspect if there's going to be a battle, it's going to be this one in the north that is going to be unfolding. We'll take a look at Vortex and see how he's doing. And we can actually see that Vortex looks to be moving down towards the south himself. So we've got, it's the classic love triangle right here, where we've got Don Artie who's in love with Vortex, but Vortex more interested in Recon, it seems, as the battering rams look to be heading over towards that position. When it comes to the sacred sites, we talked about them a little bit earlier. You've got your first sacred site that is here. The second sacred site, I don't actually know where it is. Where is that second sacred site? Huh. Can anybody spot that second sacred site? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. So second sacred site on the opposite side of the river. So good luck to anybody that wants to try and hold them. I mean, there is a crossing right here. So there is the possibility you could reasonably hold it. It's not impossible, but it would be very difficult. Let's just put it that much. You'd want to stonewall up one of these bad boys very, very heavily. Sounds like we've got ourselves a little bit of a battle. It's going to be a single scout that is getting trebucheted down. This poor guy. He just wants to scout things out, but unfortunately for him, the only thing he's going to be scouting out is a boulder to the head. And some nest of bees. Those two boulders actually swinging and missing right there. We do hear that there was a little bit of bonfire, a little bit of shells up towards the north. I'm not sure exactly where it was. But Don Artie might be on the move. We'll take a look and see if we can find his army. We can ride on board with Don Cam. Give me a moment here. We'll get this one open. There's Don Cam right there. We can see exactly inside the mind of Don Hardy. See what he's up to right now. We're role-playing as Don Hardy. This is him. This is how he's playing. This is what he's looking at. You can see he's got one hand on the mouse, one hand down the pants. That is how Don likes to play. We'll enter away from Don Cam, though. We'll make sure that we close that one up. Don does spot out these stone walls. Interestingly, his keep's not attacking them. I thought the keep would naturally default towards that. But now Don breaking in towards the base of his enemy. Landmark number 1 is down. Hold on a minute. Landmark number 2 is shortly behind it. Landmark number 3 over towards the west. Where is that 4th landmark? Oh my god, it's right there. Hussar Academy. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that is not good. Don just going straight through absolutely everything. Trebuchet's on the backside. Don Hardy might actually be intent on killing his opponent right now. We can see that the scholars are just coming through. The villagers looking to try and get a bit of a block right there. I'm not sure exactly what's happened. He's managed to keep everything alive for now. The elephants are going to get body blocked, but remember, there's trebuchets, there's bombards. He's actually stolen away a relic from his opponent. He said yoink, he yoinked it. And now the scholars, I mean, this is the classic Delhi composition, you know. For anybody wondering about Overwatch and why people stopped playing it, it's because of this. So let this be a warning to all developers. If you've got tanks that don't die and because the healers are just too effective, people stop playing your game. People stop playing your game, and that's exactly what's happening here. Very effective healers, very effective tanks. And now it looks like the tower elephants have moved onto the backside, and they've said, get out of here, Siege, get out of here. Those crossbows are going to be forcing away those bombards. Bombards now coming out as well for both players. Hussar Academy going to be the source of focus. Bombards could focus down the scholars if they wanted. So normally the best thing to do is use the bombards to focus down the scholars. That way there's no healing, because they're going to be able to heal through this damage. If they're focusing on this single tower elephant, which they're not, but if they were, it would be okay to live. And now you can see he is focusing them down. So doing the right thing there. But Don may have bitten off more than he could chew. He's continuing to fire down upon his opponent from across the stone wall. The trebuchets are going to be able to be very effective against this mass, but a lot of tower elephants now coming out for his opponent as well. We'll tune in with his opponent and see where he's at. Vortex sitting on 116 economic units, 72 military. One less relic. That is important to note. That relic did get stolen away. And we've got problems because on the south side, Grenadiers are looking to break through. Trebuchets have gotten the wall down. Things are not looking good for Vortex. It might be a good old-fashioned double team. You know, if Don's a fan of one thing, it is definitely double teaming. And now Don looking like he might be in trouble up towards the north. Bombard's going to be coming out in force here, looking to try and one-shot these tower elephants. You can just see how much damage gets put out. And Don might be in serious trouble here. We'll take a look and see where Don's landmarks are. First landmark for Don, compound of the defender up towards the north. Second one's going to be this town center, his capital town center. Third one, it's going to be the Dome of the Faith. And fourth and finally, it should be the Hussar Academy. The Palace of the Sultan, rather, over towards the east. So he's got all 4 of them together. And now we start to see the elephants marching through. The remnants of GUA's base has now been taken up by his opponent. Unable to capture the farms, unable to build on top of the town center. Those bombards are looking very strong. Veteran horsemen coming out. A few scholars as well. Wait. Don actually pushing through down towards the south. Villager's going to be able to pop that one. Keep gets cancelled. Don realizes it's a little bit too early, but the double team is well and truly on the way. Grenadiers really pushing through on this south side. And there is a few layers of walls coming up towards the south. Wham01 looking like he might be a treaty player in a past life. If I've ever seen treaty walls, it is this type of walling right here. He is walling absolutely like a madman here. This is a man who is intent on causing havoc. That is for sure. I feel almost certain at this point to say that we may see Wham go for some sort of landmark wonder victory. This is Age of Empires 3 walling. And Wham is an ex-Age of Empires 3 player as well. He played it back when he was a younger guy. Back when he was a teenager, he used to play Age of Empires 3. It definitely shows. I suspect he was a no-rush kind of guy. I suspect. When you see walls like this, you just know. He is making a lot of those no-rush players proud right now. I'm thinking like Jaeger. He's going to be really happy with these walls. But Don now looking to push out against his opponent. Vortex, unfortunately, might be struggling here because he's on top of the left. This could be a good game for Vortex right now. I think Don Hardy's going to be able to push through and steal this one away. He may have taken out the first player, GiveUAnxiety. We still don't know yet, but it almost seems certain that he's going to be able to take out his opponent right here. Don Artie looking to unleash upon these landmarks in the north. We can see that he's focused down towards the south. The Grenadiers are absolutely tearing him apart. Vortex is really in trouble right now. Those landmarks almost certainly going to be going down. Hussar Academy is going to be up, the next one up. The question is, does Don know where the next landmark is? He's scouted out over on this area, so it's likely that he has. And he's going to continue pushing in, pushing around. Villagers going to be coming through. Let's see if he knows where the last landmark is. No indication yet that he does. Okay, I think he does. He's moving over towards that western side. And with that, it will reveal the last landmark. There it is, the Dome of the Faith. Don's got to be careful. There's a lot of villagers here. Don not paying attention. Don actually focusing on the spears. Now immediately turns his attention towards the Dome of the Faith. Dome of the Faith here is going to be going down almost certainly to Don Artie. And indeed it does. Vortex is tapped out and we have only got 4 players remaining now. Don Artie with the knockout. And then there were 4. Now the question is, does somebody, now that there are 4 people remaining, does somebody look to go for a wonder victory? Because this is the perfect time to strike. If you're curious about the way that the rules work, if you go for a wonder victory, no way, Don Artie going to be stealing away all the bombards. Never mind, you can't steal bombards. He was really excited. I'm sure he was like, yeah, baby, give me those bombards. Nah, you can't get the bombards. So for anybody who wants to know a little bit more about how the rules work, let me explain it for you. So if you go for a wonder victory, not only do you get all the points from winning, if you get that wonder victory, but if you're able to pull the wonder victory off while there are 4 people alive, so the trick is here, it has to be 4 people are alive when the landmark, or when the wonder is completed. So if I made a wonder right now and it completed, then I would be in the potential running to get an extra 5 points if I pulled that off. So that's really what it's about. And the idea is that we want to make it so that people are still willing to go for a wonder, and where they go for that wonder, they get rewarded. And that's really where it all comes in. Don picking up his 5th relic now. He's a happy camper. He's got his tithe barns in as well. So now is the perfect time to go for that wonder victory, because you've got the maximum, or rather the minimum amount of people that remain in the game for you to still get those extra points. As long as you complete it before one of them gets eliminated, you're still going to be getting those extra points. It doesn't matter if they get eliminated during that process, as long as you completed the wonder and there were 4 people alive at that point, then you get those extra points. And that's what this is all about. It's about accumulating those points, because this is a tournament that is going to be lasting for 5 weeks. The better you can position yourself for that position, or for that final weekend, the better off you will be. And so that's what it's all about. But now you can see Don here with a very nice mass of elephants. He's got 20 of them. He's going to be walla-lolling the last one over. He's going to be killing them, though, when he does that. I don't think he realizes. Rest in peace, little guys. Rest in peace. And Don, very sad. Finally, this is a learning experience for Don Artie. He's working out the mechanics of the game right now. So just to clarify what happened there. If you don't have population space and you do a walla-lol, it will kill the units instead. So you might have seen 100 units just instantly die to a walla-lol. That is because the person that's doing the walla-lol had maximum population. So instead of converting those units and making Don go up to like 300 population, it just kills them instead. That's the way that it works. So a little bit weird, but it stops you from doing those overpop shenanigans. We'll take a look at how Mattiz is doing. Mattiz has barely even looked outside the walls this game. He's actually stacked up 6,000 stones. So if you're thinking about a potential wonder victory, it is definitely on the cards for him. We got ourselves a little bit of a push coming through, a mech push. Still yet to grab Siege Works from his university. We know he's got the university. We saw it earlier. Yeah, still yet to grab that up. And he's got markets in the back of his base as well. Still yet to get any traders out, though. Sitting on 146 villagers. Everything is looking good for him at this point in time. But we haven't seen him really look to expand out past his walls at this point. Now looking to gather up some wood over on this northern front. Do we have a potential chop through right here? Is that what he's looking to do? He's chopping back in upon himself? We hear villagers go down, getting deleted. Under attack in the middle of the map as well. Looks like it's just going to be a keep. He's hunting for extra resources. You can see that players are beginning to wall up all corners of the map. We've got a central sacred site that still stands unguarded, or rather untaken. But Don remains. as one of the 4 last players in this game. I think, judging by their starting spawns, you wouldn't have expected Don Artie to be here. You would have thought he would have been one of the first people knocked out spawning so close to GiveUAnxiety. But unfortunately, anxiety was not given to Don. No. What was given to Don? Patience. Patience was given to Don. Space was given to Don. And most importantly, gold was given to Don. And he was able to use that gold to sling himself into the feudal and then finally into the castle age and finish off GiveUAnxiety together with Vortex. They made a nice little GUA sandwich with a bit of deli meat on the outside. But now we start to see those walls really begin to build down towards this southern position. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers deep of fortified Rus walls. He does indeed have the upgrade, the court artisans upgrade, or court architects rather, upgrade. He is walled in completely over on this eastern flank as well. He's a very happy guy right now. Let's just put it that way. But now we start to see bombards moving out. Matiz is intent on getting through this. You can see that the Springalds are going to be coming out for him, though. 12.5 range on that for Wham. He's going to be able to focus down that position slowly but steadily. We can see the extra health has come through for Matiz, or for Wham. So he has done that university upgrade, Siege Works. I don't remember seeing that university. There it is. He's done every single upgrade in the university. Don begins to march his army across the map. Now, one of the things that I often talk about in these larger games, these free... Wham-O1 is building a wonder. Ladies and gentlemen, it is happening. We'll take a look and see if we can find it. But Wham is building a wonder. It is happening. It is in the back of his base. It is the Cathedral of the Tsar. It is happening in the back of his base. We're at the 46-minute mark at the moment, and there are still 4 people alive, so he is in contention for extra resources, but you can see that people are beginning to already move towards him. We've got Don Artie, who is going to be looking to break down some stone walls, it seems. And damn, doesn't Don have a nice little army over here. He is looking very happy, very healthy. I don't know exactly what these are that are going down, but there are some things going down right now. Breaking through Matiz's wall, immediately coming towards Wham. Now, he could actually go for this sacred site as well. Wham's wonder is up. And what a beautiful wonder that is. Take a look at that wonder right there. The Cathedral of the Tsar. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Tsar? The Cathedral of the Tsar. Wham with plenty of resources in the bank. A bounty of 750 at the moment. Grenadiers going to be slowly and steadily making their way through these walls. Wham sitting on 136 villagers at the moment. You can't help but feel he might need to delete 1, 2, or 10, maybe even 100 of them. And I suspect that's exactly what he's going to start doing. He's sitting on 56 military population. He's under attack from multiple angles here. So the question is he going to be able to pull this off? Is he going to be able to hold onto this? My immediate thought is probably not, because at this point in time, if we take a look at the wonder tracker, he's got 14 minutes to go. And that is a pretty long time when it comes to this. All right. Looks like it looks like Matiz is slowly making it through. It's going to be a bit of a struggle for him to do it. Is he working down all these individual walls? Is that what he's doing? Okay, now going to be turning his attention towards the gates instead. More Springalds moving forward, and this is so smart, just to delay with Springalds, but Grenadiers are going to be coming out as well, and the Grenadiers are what are going to be stopping, or what are going to be breaking through that, but now Don Artie looking to rip through his opponent in the center. Wham, 0-1. He's going to be losing plenty of his infrastructure over on this northern position. Sacred Site could get taken here for Don. Don not looking terrible, to be honest. Do we dare see a Don Delhi Sacred Site victory going in a free-for-all tournament right now? Is that what's happening? Grenadiers breaking quickly through these palisade walls. And this is the consequence of playing the Rus in these free-for-all games. Now, not that these players get to choose what civ that they get. Rather, they roll their civs. But you can see that right now we've had how many layers of walls have we had broken through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... This is going to be layer number 6 of wall getting broken through. Layer number 7 is coming up. There's not a lot of space here for number 8. If these were stone walls, this is a lot longer of a process. Grenadiers doing so much work here. At the same time, towards the north, it looks like Wham going to have to pull back. We'll check in with his villager count and see how he's doing. Finally starting to delete some villagers here. He's down to 92, but he's going to need less than that if he wants to defend onto this position. You can see that the Cathedral of the Tsar now going to be getting some palisade walls around it. I can't help but feel like Wham might be a little bit less experienced in these free-for-alls than his brother Puppy Paw. When we watched Puppy Paw put down his wonder, he was in an amazing position. I can't help but feel like Wham It's not looking pretty, let's just say that much. There's about a screen of difference between his army and the enemy's army that is now breaking its way through. Don Artie also heading towards this as well with a ginormous army. He is really looking to come down. Now, we'll take a look at where these landmarks are for Wham. So we know that we've got the high armory here. The second landmark, it's going to be this main town center. The third one is going to be the Golden Gate. And finally, in the corner, it is going to be the High Trade House with plenty of deer around it. In fact, he's got 10 deer down here still yet to kill. But now it looks like we've got Recon going to be defending up against Wham. Streltsy on the backside doing a decent job. Also, those Knights going to be engaging on the front line. He should be able to clean this up. Villagers also going to be moving out, looking to try and get in on top of that siege. You can see all of the damage coming out from the Grenadiers just throwing down so much area of effect damage, getting right on top of the Bombards and now focusing them down. First Bombard going to be going down. Still, we don't see that siege works coming in. And it looks like he's going to be able to clean this up. Wham looking good on the defense. Now, the question is whether we brought villagers. We have. Villagers have been brought, but the rewall is now coming in for Wham. So, all of a sudden, it looks like I might have to eat my own tongue, or eat my own words, rather, as Wham looks to rewall this position, and he's doing so very, very effectively. Villagers continuing to clean this up, as well as those elite Knights. Towards the north, Don Artie, he's looking in good shape. Spearmen coming out. They're only veteran spearmen right now for Don. We'll take a look at how many units he's got in here. 20 veteran spearmen. He's got the 5 elite horsemen, the 19 tower elephants, 10 scholars, 9 bombards, and 2 counterweight trebuchets. There's a lot of landmarks that remain here, but not a lot of infrastructure. When it comes to reinforcements, these could be easily taken down. Streltsy going to begin moving forward. The crossbows on these elephants, unfortunately, not going to be able to pierce through that extra armor that they do get. Second elephant going to be going down. Third one going to get focused down as well. Towards the north, we also see a bit of a push coming in from Matthias. Recon is definitely going to be coming in from that west side once again, but you can't help but feel that Wham may have painted a target on his back a little bit too soon. As once again, breaking through more and more of these walls. We'll track where that Wonder is up to. Right now, it's another 10 minutes before Wham is able to win with this Wonder. He's got plenty of resources in the bank with regard to food, but everything else he is running very, very short on. Sitting on 189 population at the moment. Keep in mind that this landmark down towards the south remains hidden very successfully. And as a result, it means that Wham should be able to hold on even in the event that his enemy tries to wipe him out. He should hopefully be able to hold on and prevent himself from being thrown out of the game. Bombard mass really looking good for our Chinese players, though. Matt is starting to move up, stonewalling as he goes, looking to secure more land. You can see him stonewalling down here on this side as well. It's looking really good in this position now. Going to be dropping down a stonewall gate. We hear the siege rolling. And now Wham starting to approach maximum military numbers, 183. He is getting into a really decent position here. 183 military at this point. And that is where it becomes critical mass. So, to anybody wondering a little bit more about critical mass and the way that it works in Age of Empires 4, once you've got 200 units, they kill 100 units really, really fast. So, 100 units kill 100 units at a normal speed. But 200 units kill 100 units really quickly. And it means that you have to replace less units because you're losing less units because your units are killing the enemy so much faster. But now it's going to be difficult for Wham because he doesn't have a whole lot of gold in the bank. He's got an income of 920 gold a minute. Grenadier mass is looking good. Bombards are coming out. He's going to have to make sure he spaces this out well and correctly. We do see that Don is doing something very sneaky behind this. He is keeping up with the Kardashians, that is for sure. It is going to be 6 keeps around this sacred site. It is a very holy and sacred site to Don. Second one closer towards his base. It is going to be one that he looks to keep safe, but now we've got ourselves an engagement as the Knights begin to make their way down towards those Bombards, looking to clean it up. The Streltsy continue moving forward as the Bombards on the backside do get taken out. At the same time, it looks like Wham going to be able to hold on towards this position. He's able to close out and take out the majority of the siege on this backside, and the Streltsy do an impressive job of cleaning this up. And this is the consequence of having that critical mass. He is able to kill his enemy's army so damn quickly. In the blink of an eye, it gets evaporated. And with that, he does not need to replace it as fast or as much. Impressive stuff there from Wham. 9 Bombards out for him at the moment. Whole bunch of Streltsy. He's got 83 Streltsy out, as well as the 23 Elite Knights. And now Don begins to capture the second Sacred Site. Keep in mind, there are only 2 Sacred Sites in this game. And so it means that if Don does capture this Sacred Site, a Sacred Victory will begin getting triggered. However, the Wonder is at 7 minutes. which means that if Wham does not lose this wonder, that Don isn't still going to be able to win. This is a secondary position for him. Don has pulled back for the moment, though. And we saw this in the very first game, the inaugural game of the free-for-all event, the Outback Octagon. We saw that Beastie Cutie went for a win condition as well, while simultaneously trying to deny his enemy a win condition, and it resulted in his enemies attacking him instead of the primary target, which caused the primary target to actually win the game. So I fear that what Donati might have done right now is forced his enemy's hands, because now they have two problems. They have a sacred site to deal with, and they also have a wonder to deal with. And so the question is, did Don peak too early? Because now all of a sudden, Mattis is falling back. We'll take a look over at how Recon is doing. Recon is slowly but steadily adding in more units. He's at 160 pop, but doesn't have a lot of production. Towards the north, Don continues attacking and keeping up on that sacred site. But now Wham's starting to look like he might be in a bit of a better position. We haven't seen great communication out of these three yet to take down Wham. And typically in this scenario, what you need to see is three people look to try and work together to take down the final player with that wonder. Yet still, despite not having stone walls, Wham manages to hold. He knows that up towards the north, that's where his main issue is going to be, and that's where he anchors the majority of his army. He knows that Don, he's going to have to work through all of these walls if he wants to come through. So he's not too fussed about it. And down towards the south, he knows that these Grenadiers are going to have to take their time before they stroll through these 17,000 layers of walls. One single layer of walls remains. A fair bit of distance between them. And with that, you can see how easy it's going to be for Wham to come through. More stone walls now beginning to come up for Mattis. And Wham's position looks better and better with each second going on as that Cathedral of the Tsar stands strong. We hear more units being deleted. It's Recon. We'll tune in with Wham and see how he's doing. 180 population at the moment of pure military units. It is beautiful to see. Bombard's going to continue firing down on this position. We see the stone wall going to be repaired up by that outpost. It does get taken out, though. More Bombard's going to be coming in response. Matt is looking to try and dish out some damage. You can see immediately that stone wall is almost getting evaporated. And now the Bombards going to have to force themselves back. You can see that the trebuchets as well as the Bombards here are fighting, doing a decent job. But now we've got a bit of a double Chinese sandwich coming in. We saw it a little bit earlier, the deli sandwich. And now all of a sudden, it seems that the Chinese players have woken up and said, well, hold on a minute. We got to work together to take out this mutual threat. And then we can deal with the Don later. We'll have a look and see where these players are at. 4 minutes to go for Wham. When it comes to Don, I wish we could track his sacred site timer, but unfortunately, this game doesn't allow it. Nesta Bees, as well as the Grenadiers, you can't help but feel like it might be a little bit of a tough position. Recon's going to try and hold it. There's no spearman here as those Nesta Bees fire off towards the Streltsy on the backside. Grenadiers also going to be firing off and more reinforcements coming in. Wham looking to clean this up. Where is the army for Don? That is the question right now, because once again, this army gets cleaned up. And Wham 01 is looking very, very healthy. The longer this game goes on, the better it looks for him. Towards the north, we hear those Bombards firing off. They don't have long to get through towards this position. The Cathedral of the Tsar, rather, is what their focus needs to be. But you can see he's going to be able to hold onto this position, but at the same time, Mattis is pushing through. There's a lot of units here for him, but I suspect he should be able to clean this up. Don Artie, meanwhile, in the center of the map, is not even moving his army. He is not even moving his army. He says, go for it, guys. I believe that you can do it. I have faith that you can stop Wham. And Wham says, good luck. I will take the 2v1 any day over the 3v1. Don don't care. You thought the honey badger don't care? No, Don don't care. Don's got his sacred site. Now we've got 3 minutes until victory, and Don has woken up. He says, wait, 3 minutes until victory? I can only count to 3, and that's not 3 minutes. That's not a lot. Matt is going to have to fall back from this position. We can really see that Wham is trying his best to hold on. At the same time, the Bombards, they're looking to come through once again through these walls. The reinforcements for Recon have been very, very shoddy. Unfortunately for him, they're just very slow. More keeps beginning to progress out towards that position. And finally, Don gets the memo. Don has woken up. Oh, it's the Imperial Age. Oh, your enemy's got a wonder. Oh, I guess it's time to start moving then, Don. Yeah, Don, I think it is time to start moving. Don finally gets the message and looks to begin moving. Bombards trying to sneak their way around and find a way through. The Bombards firing over the... What? They fire through the trees and get actually sniped. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Bombards on the south together with the Nest of Bees. 2 minutes until one to defeat. We see that on the north side that right now we'll tune in with Wham. Wham down to 134 population. Things not looking super strong for him. But at the same time, more units coming in down on that south side. Don Artie has woken up. Oh, you've upset Don Artie. That is not good. You do not want to be on the bad side of Don Artie. That is for sure. But now those units going to begin focusing down. Oh my, he's not paying attention. He's losing out the Bombards. Bombards trying to fall back. The Streltsy coming down as well. You can see the Elite Horsemen just taking them out all one by one. The Bombards have just stopped and turned around. And now Wham might be in trouble. He's down to 117 population. No villagers at all. He's got 17 of them remaining. Still that Cathedral of the Tsar stands strong. But Wham is not looking pretty. Things starting to look more concerning. And I think we might have ourselves a little bit of a problem because Wham 01 could be in trouble. Don Artie has been awoken. You have awoken the sleeping demon, Don Artie. The Delhi main is coming out of town. 1 minute until victory. The Cathedral of the Tsar stands strong, and these three players look to take it out. Don Artie finally getting the memo, blasting arse all the way through the middle. You can see they're all going for it. The Grenadiers coming down onto this backside as well. Don bringing off a little bit of a fleet of Tower Elephants with him. The Scholars also running in. Keep in mind, we do not have long to go. 36 seconds to go on this. These guys are trying their best to come through. We've got all of the Bombards making their way down. The Grenadiers are able to fire over the fence. Look at this. The Cathedral of the Tsar is going to go down. There's less than 20 seconds to go. 21 seconds. 21 seconds and Wham loses the Cathedral of the Tsar. And now Don Artie becomes the prime position candidate. Oh my lord, you didn't even think about Don, did you? No, 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 no. Let's take a look and see where Don is at. He is capturing those two sacred sites, and he is still looking very strong. Down towards the south, those Grenadiers have also spotted out the landmark towards that position, and they could be breaking through and looking to take out that high trade house. 3 minutes until sacred defeat. Just when you thought this game might be over, it only has begun. Don Artie has the potential to win this game right here, right now, as he begins marching his elephants towards the south, reinforcing the center. We see trebuchets, we see spearmen, we see horsemen, and we see Don, an absolute madman right now, coming out with plenty of production. We see stone walls coming up. He is stopping his enemy from getting through any single way possible. He is looking very happy, very healthy right now. But now the Bombards for the Chinese, the first Chinese player, Recon over on the west, begin to make their way through. We see a keep going to be coming up, and as quickly as it comes up, it comes down. Don Artie losing out the stone there for that one. And still those Bombards just firing off in great succession. Needs to move these units forward. Don Artie looking to hold on at the same time towards the south. Wham's landmark is here. It is present. We'll take a look and see what landmarks he's got remaining. He's got 1, 2 landmarks. Where's that third one? It is down. So he's still got 3 landmarks that are up. That's going to be the second one. It does get cleaned up, but Wham is focusing on cleaning this up and not cleaning up Don Artie. Towards the north, we'll take a look and see where the army of Mattis is, because it's yet to make a way through. He's got Bauschwans on the shoreline. It looks like he's going to be going up towards the north. He's turning his attention towards his sacred site at the top, deletes the walls, now begins to enter towards that sacred site on the north side. Bauschwan firing off towards that keep. Don Artie looking to solidify his position on the south side. Trebuchets continuing to fire off. And Don Artie starting to look like a sudden favorite. Not somebody that I expected to come into this game with the Delhi civilization and actually pull out a top 4 position, let alone a potential victory right here. And Don Artie is looking very good right now as we continue to see him holding onto this position. There's plenty of keeps that remain, but he's getting targeted from a number of sides. 2 keeps remain and a final keep remains, but at the same time up towards this northern position. 1 minute to go for Don Artie. This could be it right now. Don Artie going to continue reinforcing this sacred site, and keep in mind he's standing on the sacred site. All he needs to do is run out the clock. He's brought a whole bunch of units towards the middle. He can hold position right now. and he's got Scholars on there. These guys are going to be able to heal it up, and we see that there's plenty of units here for Don. He's standing on the sacred side. He's done this a million times before. It could be happening again for Don Hardy. We've seen it do him time and time again in 1 versus 1. He stands on the sacred sides. He rallies all of his units towards them, and there's no way that you can stop it. There's no way that you can prevent it. The final keep goes down on the sacred side. All of the tower elephants remain. You can see that he's trying to focus them down with the bombards, but he's struggling with the healing rate from the Scholars. At the same time, towards the north, I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my mind right now. Don Hardy, don't do it like this. Don Hardy is going to take this game. There's less than a minute to go, and Don Hardy going to come through with a sacred side. He's taking out Matches, he's taking out Recon, and he's taking out Wham 0-1 right now. It is good game. It is well played. It is Don Hardy victorious with a sacred side victory in game number 4 of the Outback Octagon. Oh my lord, Don Hardy. Put on a show. Indeed you did, sir. What an absolute game right there from the Don. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm getting shivers down my spine. Oh my lord. What a game. Good game. Well played, Don Hardy. Wow. You can see the villager count right there. We had a couple of peaks up towards 150. Impressive stuff there from Wham with that wonder. The military count as well towards the end. Absolutely beautiful. But Don Hardy has played that game a million times before, and he pulls out the big victory. We'll take a quick look at the statistics as well. We can see the units killed here. Recon with the most units killed. Don Hardy coming in 3rd place. 2nd place going over to Wham, and then 3rd place, or 4th place rather, going over to Mattias as well. Fellas, if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you've enjoyed the first Sacred Site victory. We've seen landmark victories, we've seen wonder victories, and now we see our first Sacred Site victory. Congratulations go over to Don Hardy. He performed incredibly well today, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more from him. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.